What is up, people? This is the Nature Girl 30 here, and I apologize for this review being late. Unfortunately, I had my own little reservations. I was actually out last night, and I didn't come back until late. I had a chance to look at Raw, and seeing how it was pre-recorded, I really wasn't worried about it, and because I was actually able to see it from my phone since I had YouTube on my phone. But anyway, I actually like this Raw. The matches were good, especially Miz versus A-ry. Seriously, that was like a pay-per-view for free. I loved it. I love things for free. And that was a great match, especially when Miz got really angry. I have never seen Miz get that angry ever. And he definitely brought up his game and brought down A-ry. As much as I like A-ry, he has great potential. The fact that the Miz got that angry to take him down lets me know this feud was really heating up. And I'm looking forward to this feud really getting hot. But before I really get into the promo, why is it pre-recorded? Like, Raw has always been live. What are they afraid of? Like, why in the world did they decide to pre-record this? They always did a 4th of July celebration live. This is the first time they did a pre-recording, and I don't get it. But anyway, moving on from that, if anybody knows the reason why, please leave a comment down below. But moving on from there, I'm not going to reiterate everything that went on in the match because you've already seen it, and since it was pre-recorded, you probably saw it earlier. So I'm going to go into things that really did catch me, the highlights of the night, that I believe is the highlights of the night. Alright, the promo. Well, John Cena will come out in his usual Super Cena fashion and say how unfair something is and how he demands justice. And, you know, that's typical Super Cena. You kind of expected that to happen. But I didn't really predict him to be as angry as he was at that time, and how he said the whole thing sucks, which I do respect that. But you know, he's Super Cena. That's something he's supposed to do. Is like, you know, truth, justice in the wrestling way. But you know, that was typical. All the matches were pretty good. You know, even I hate to even say it, the Divas match wasn't bad. And the reason why I say it wasn't bad is because I am predicting a heel turn from Eve. I don't know how it's gonna look. It's gonna probably be a little weird. My guess is she's gonna probably be on the annoyance level at when she turns heel. Between maybe not as annoying as Madison Rayne on TNA, but honestly, if Eve does turn heel, it's not gonna be those cool heel turns like Beth Phoenix when she first came out. It's gonna be an annoying heel turn, worse than the Bella Twins. But I am predicting a heel turn pretty soon. It's a given that she does not like Kelly to have the belt. And it's a given that she is going to try to take it from her. But anyhow, you know, that's one thing that I'm actually predicting. I was actually first going to give Raw an A for the night. Because the matches that I've seen were like really great. It was awesome. It was entertaining. But then there are really two things that kind of... Okay, I take that back. 3 things. 3 things that took it down from there. I'm going to go to the first one. The first one was the Sgt Slaughter match. The Sgt Slaughter with Jack Swagger. Why? What was the purpose of Sgt Slaughter even having a wrestling match? Every single time they have a legend out there, unless the legend is Shawn Michaels, they're gonna get buried. For once, I would love a legend to come out on top because the legends worked hard. They worked their butts off for that company for years and years. Should they, they're not even going to fight again. Should they at least be able to win a match? Should the Hall of Famers be able to win a match? It's not like they're going to be doing this every night. Come on, give them a freebie. And number 2, the #1 Contenders match. Just like I said in my last video about how much it sucks that CM Punk lost his #1 contendership. The fact that they actually had this match lets me know that this whole thing with CM Punk and John Cena is not going to go cleanly. Because now that Alberto Del Rio is the #1 contender, there is no way on this planet he's going to allow this to be clean. He is going to try to disqualify them or try to make somebody lose. And more than likely, it's going to be CM Punk. But who knows? I could be wrong. The fact is that, you know, it could be a possibility that he's #1 contender for SummerSlam. But Alberto Del Rio is not gonna lie down quietly. He's going to literally get up and do something about it. And it really makes me mad that CM Punk's last night is not gonna be a clean fight. It's gonna be a dirty one. And as much as I like my dirty matches, the fact is that CM Punk, that's his final night. He should have his night to shine. Nobody should intervene with it. Nobody should be in the match when they're not supposed to be. He should have his own clean match. And that's the one thing that bothers me about this thing, because I know it's probably not going to go cleanly. And the third thing, the typical ending. Okay, it wasn't so much the fact that when Vince McMahon was out there and he said his old ridiculous reason why, and then John Cena came out. The one thing that really got me to where it was going to be an A for me was when John Cena literally gave him the belt back, took his hat off, and walked. That was something that I kind of expected, because John Cena's like truth, justice, and the American way. But who would have ever thought that he would literally put the belt down, seeing how much he fought for it for all these years? He was literally going to walk. And that would have been great if he did. If Vince McMahon didn't stop him or call him or anything, call him back, say, oh, no, come back. And if John Cena actually walked out, that would have been awesome. I have a newfound respect for him. I always had respect for John Cena. I got no issues with John Cena. John Cena is a great wrestler. Besides the fact that he can bench press 500 plus pounds, the guy is freaking strong. But the fact is that he was going to walk out, going to give up everything just because of what happened to CM Punk. That was awesome to me. I know everybody was like, oh, it's typical. He's Super Cena. He's supposed to do that. That was written in. The fact is that even though it was written in, it just seems like it's not only his character, but it's the type of person that he is. I mean, you can kind of tell when somebody plays a role and they play a role well, a part of them actually believes that. Especially when you see a good villain that probably a great guy in real life, and the person who's a great guy in the movies or a great guy on a show is a horrible guy in real life. It seems to me that even though Super Cena is kind of a go-between, I mean, he can possibly turn heel. His heels look quite comical. But I think that that's probably, he played his character really well. Like, he didn't really falter or anything, and he didn't really try to be somebody that he wasn't, like Randy Orton. And I can go into Randy Orton all day. And we all know that Randy Orton is not a face. He's a heel. He plays a heel better than he does a face. John Cena plays a face better than he does a heel. And he plays it well. And that's the one thing I like about it. He played it really well when he put that belt down, but then you looked in his eyes and you could sense it that he didn't want to do it. You could sense it that he didn't want to put it down. He played that character well. He made you believe him. That's the one thing I like about John Cena's character. It is awesome. But anyway, I can gush about him all night. The one thing that really did spoil it for me to make this from an A to an A minus Raw was the typical ending. Throughout all this hullabaloo, Vince McMahon up and decides to reinstate him. But then, just like I predicted, if CM Punk wins the belt and takes the belt with him, then John Cena is fired. Didn't we do this before? I mean, but wasn't it Wade Barrett that had control of his career last time? And wasn't Wade Barrett the one that said he would fire him if he didn't win the belt? And what happened to John Cena? He got fired and he left, even though he didn't really officially leave. He kept showing up every 5 seconds, being in the crowd and everything. But he's like a cockroach. You can't really get him away. He's going to keep coming back. But anyway, he was fired last time. And he came back all the time. Like every single time, he always came back. So what do you think is going to happen this time? Do you really think he's going to stay away when you fire him? No. You can bring on security guards if you want to, but if he stays in the audience to watch the show, you can't officially kick him out because he's a part of the WWE universe. So that ending was pathetic and typical, and it really did just take it down for me because, come on, Vince McMahon has been doing this for years. You honestly will believe that Vince McMahon would actually come up with a better, more creative ending. Instead, he did something that was already done, and that practically kind of sucked the grade down for me. So overall, for this whole Raw, The Raw I give a Raw a B minus. And I give it a B minus because the matches were awesome. Even the match between Miz and A-ry. A pay-per-view in the making for free. And I love me some free. And even the Divas match was interesting. With some possibility of a heel turn there. Which kind of interests me. But it was just the Sgt Slaughter match that should not even have happened. Oh yeah, and I also have to mention, Evan Bourne spoke, and it was awesome. He actually can speak. Yay! So yeah, that was also a reason why I was going to give it an A. But anyway, I'm giving it a B minus because of the Sgt Slaughter match, the #1 Contenders match, and the typical ending. That really killed it for me. But anyway, I apologize for this review being late, but thank you so much for hearing me out. If you have any questions for me, or if you have anything that you want to say, please leave your comments down below. Thank you very much. This is the Nature Girl 30, and I'm signing off. Peace.